Welcome to the series on Creative Masterpiece. There will be 9 videos from recognizing a creative masterpiece to creating a masterpiece in your own area of interest. Each video introduces a useful skill. These 9 videos can be listened to as a series. There's no need to watch these 9. Audio will be good enough. For organization, these 9 topics can be thought of as 3 sets of 3, where the first set is about recognition, then application, and finally creation of ideas. In all 9 videos, we will break down the iTunes and App Store ideas of the iPhone. In this first video, we will understand how does the idea work. This understanding is a fascinating part of invention, where you can admire an existing idea and is a building block of your own creative abilities. So how did the iTunes and the App Store ideas of the iPhone work? Let's look at some easy to observe ideas from different angles. I mentioned that the hidden knowledge was that the RSA and AES technology patents were expiring. That's necessary knowledge for the strategy to work, but also that the cellular phone would be a thing in the next few years. This is still a few years before the early pundits would be talking, but if mentioned, it did make sense. And having access to the inner circle of Apple, you can know people, but being credible was based on previously bringing the Apple branding idea to them in the same semester. A stepping stone so they could risk a lot on this idea. The idea of a cellular phone as a point of sales device would get angel funding. This was the result of a series of lucky chance meetings. You can't plan those things. You just need to recognize and accept them when they happen. But what else? How about some more subtle ideas that you can observe with some more thought? Apple was ripe for some new ideas. They had just done the teal-colored Mac, then the rainbow-colored Macs, and were facing bankruptcy again. Now what? In the execution of iTunes and the App Store, they held the ideas in reserve for the right time. Timing was Fred Hoare's singular secret sauce of his public relations career. In his class, he was already famous for PR, and he made it clear that the optimum timing for messages was the essence of his success, specifically delaying information so it could be released with the maximum effect. With the Mac, Apple had the ability to generate temporary buzz and appeal through design alone. This ability allowed them to hold the force of both the iTunes and App Store ideas for a second round, creating significant buzz and appeal with the initial design of both the iPod and the iPhone. The Motorola iTunes phone could have been successful if it had the mojo of the StarTAC phone. That could have been the end of the story right there, but the setback did not seem lucky, but became an opportunity to create the iPhone. Creating the iPhone was important, as it let Steve Jobs prove that his Newton idea was right after all. Why was there significant revenue from the iTunes and the App Store? The prior price model for music CDs and software stores was high, and both could be beaten by automating the middleman. Why was there longevity in the iTunes and the App Store? How soon are you ready to upgrade your computer or your phone? Every few years? But music and apps span generations of hardware. You will continue to buy music and programs, so the model will span generations of your phones. You get the idea, right? There may be more, but how do these aspects feel? Some feel more important than others. Yes, indeed. We'll look more carefully at a few important ones in the next video. Do they seem reasonable? Yes, but why? It needs to be a win-win for all parties involved, or someone will not accept it. Do they seem familiar? They should. A lot of these themes are reused in other scenarios. Do the ideas feel powerful? Yes, because unfortunately most businesses run without such sound planning, but they survive. Applying these ideas can give you an edge. So what do you do with this ability to understand ideas? I have videos on how to get A's in high school and college, but they are also about how to free up your mind from taking notes in class and free to think more deeply about the main point that the teacher or friend is presenting. Does it make sense? How does it work? How would you use it? Is it a strong idea or a moderate one or possibly a bad idea? You could use this method to judge your own ideas when deciding which ones are the better ones. Are there some that are not reasonable because they don't create a win-win? Are there some that feel stronger? Or when you see a phenomenon, can you break it down into working principles? That is part of asking yourself, why? we will continue to explore in the next video.